we started.
And we're on. Welcome to CG Manga, the one and only show banned from Vatican City. Hell yeah. So tonight I got with me to talk about Alita. I got Vinny.
Hello.
I got the Mighty Beacon.
Hello, everyone.
And the CG android himself. Say hello.
What's up, homies?
So tonight we're gonna be talking about Alita Battle Angel, also known as Gundam. So yeah, big movie. Waiting for the sequel. Hopefully it will get made. That's why there's a movement that got started not too long ago called hashtag Alita sequel.
Oh yeah, I didn't know they started a movement. That's cool.
Yeah. There's uh
I,
there's there's a
oh,
few YouTube Twitter places like account for that just that like they did for the Snyder Cut.
oh, beautiful.
People
Yeah,
want that freaking sequel.
yeah. It deserves to be made. If we had the last three Star Wars movies and they fell on their faces, um, you know, Alita was fucking amazing. I think it definitely deserves a sequel.
Mm-hmm. To
Yeah.
me, it was one of the best movies of 2019.
Oh yeah, hands down, hands down. I didn't even know anything about it. I saw the trailer. I was like, holy shit! I was hooked.
So I'm technically the only one in here that ever read the manga, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
I remember seeing images but I didn't know what the hell it was. With the really big crazy hair. I didn't know what it was though. I never followed it. But I saw it over the years. I had no clue what the hell it was.
So you only saw the live action movie,
Correct.
and Beacon, you saw both of them.
Yep. Just rewatched the anime today.
And Aaron, you only saw the anime, right? Or you didn't
Yeah,
even finish it yet.
I saw most of the cartoon one.
Most of the cartoon one.
Uh-huh.
Oh, welcome, Brian. How's it going, buddy?
Hey
What's up,
Brian.
fellas?
So,
Yo.
Hey.
do I have somebody else that read the manga? You only saw the anime and the movie.
I have. First of all, can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. I'm completely oblivious to Alita Battle Angel. I haven't read the manga. I haven't seen the animation. I haven't seen the Robert Rodriguez movie. So
Have a
I'm
good
here
night,
to
Brian.
learn.
Have a good night. Bye.
But
See ya. Bye, guys.
So right now he's the Inishi.
He
Okay, I
ran
got
away.
That was funny.
it. So the point
What's up, Border King?
the point of the show today is to make him want to watch them.
Exactly. Exactly. I'm your audience. I'm the guy that's here to learn.
Right.
That you want to educate.
Educate him, Sim. Educate him now.
So yeah, right now I'm technically like I was a big fan of the manga. Like I read the original manga a long time ago before I even saw the anime. I was a big fan of it, and one of the stories that people don't know, the fun fact is, the creator was diagnosed with a disease, and he thought that he was going to be dying, so he concluded it. He had a specific conclusion to it, but he survived, so he continued the series. That
Oh,
became
wow.
the Last Order, and then a new series that is actually coming out right now, called.
Yeah, I remember you telling me that. That was cool.
Wow.
So he kind of rewrote the ending of the original ending to be able to have a sequel. So the thing that's cool, if you go to right now, they republish like a big box set, a deluxe edition,
Uh-huh.
and for the first time in a long time they printed both ending.
Oh, interesting. So there were two endings. There was like a final ending, like a closed ending, and an open ending.
That's it. Yeah, there was like the closing ending when he thought he was dying,
Right.
and then he wrote a different ending that would leave open to the sequel. That's the Last Order, and then that's when you learn from further like the Mars thing. Like it's not a spoiler, but yeah.
Interesting.
It was cool. Yeah.
Wait
It
till
is
you
very
guys
cool.
find out what's actually happening on that floating city.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of the things. Like this, the movie is a perfect setup. But let's go
I,
here.
yeah, I think we lost Brian on that part. Yeah, there's a lot more layers to the character, and she doesn't know about her past. But it's slowly like she's getting pieces of it. She still doesn't know the full details.
Yeah,
But
the story starts with it's somebody like a doctor type of guy that helps fix other cyborgs, and you don't know much from him. But he finds her head, like technically her torso, right, in the dumpster, in the garbage dumps.
yeah, he's literally with garbage diving for parts,
Yeah,
and he stumbles upon her.
and he picks her up, and he's like, that's something that I haven't, like, that's interesting. Like, like you see it in his eyes that he knows what it is, right? So it's really like precious. So he takes it, gives her a new body, and she doesn't know nothing from her past at all. And
Well, I thought he did it. He saw that there were brainwaves. He saw that it was still alive.
mm-hmm.
That's why he brought it back.
Yeah.
It's not so much that he really knew what it was. It just he thought it was a waste that something like this got thrown away, and then he tested it, and it's like, oh shit, it is alive.
But in the movie though, they let you know that he knows what it is from the get go. What she is.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing with the, like, if you watch the OVA that you could find for free on YouTube. I didn't say that. So it's a 57 minute anime, and it's everything you see in there. It's in the movie. Like, they respected the OVA to the core, but the OVA also respected the manga, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
The only thing they did with the movie is that they tried to expand to the second series of the book to bring some of in flashback and stuff like that, some of the element that was later added on to that story as well. Like,
Right.
you have elements from the second one. Like in the OVA, you never saw the rollerball neither,
Yeah.
but you get to see it in that one, and it's freaking amazing.
Yeah. It made sense to how they did it.
Well,
Just
it's
a bigger world.
Well, I mean, you look at Japanese anime and also the live action movies that have been based on manga, like the Lone Wolf and Cub series was turned into the Baby Cart series of films with Tomasaburo Wakayama and Kenji Masumi directing. And those are, I mean, they really use the comics as storyboards.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're I mean, like there's an image, for instance, where the Masters of Death, who are these three like ultra badasses that Ito Ogami has to kill in order to get to the guy that he's trying to kill, where they just annihilate like these assassins that try to jack them on a boat, and they wipe the blood off of their weapons with pieces of paper, and then they cast them to the wind, and you see a panel of the bloody pieces of paper floating away, and that exact image is in the film. So I think that's one of the reasons why the Japanese adaptations of manga have generally been so vastly superior to so many American adaptations, not just of manga, but also of American comics.
Yeah, I agree, man. And that's why a lot of my books, that's why I try to make them as cinematic as possible. So, if it does ever get picked up, there are storyboards right they can follow. It has mood, lighting, everything they need.
Right.
Yeah, I do the same thing. Every time I lay out my story or anything, I work at it like it's a movie.
Yeah, that's the best way of doing it. I hate people who want to go with this recipe all the time.
Somebody's like, yeah, but you're limited. You don't have sound. You don't have voices. I go, no, but you have paneling. You have, adding a lot of inks or not. You have you can play with voices by giving like storytelling with the lettering. Like those special
Of
effects
course.
and stuff. Yeah.
Well, you have.
It's our job. Hold on, it's our job as artists to do that, right? Artists / writers to do that. It's when people are reading it, if they start to get a voice in their head as they're reading it, or they can get the emotion, everything we're trying to convey with that. Then yeah, we did it right.
Yeah, well, I mean, you have sound the same way that you have movement in comic books. You basically a well done comic book will lead the reader in a certain direction and allow them to fill in the blanks. You know, what's happening between the panels will just be like a natural progression. They won't have to work to provide that.
Exactly.
You know, I learned all this stuff when I read. I mean, it was always, you know, it always should have been obvious, but it's not something that I put my finger on until I read Scott McCloud's Understanding Comics. And, you know, that's a guy who really, really thought about what goes on in your head while you're reading a comic, which I'd never really considered before.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I wasn't familiar with that one.
So,
Oh, it's fantastic.
for people watching, what I'm showing on the bottom left, that's the trailer from the movie Alita Battle Angel, which is
Okay.
again, like I said, freaking amazing.
I'll check it out for sure.
Oh,
And
no problems.
in the manga and anime, like you know, world, it's everybody knows that Alita is like a bit was underrated. I think the expression is
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
because
Yeah.
it's the story. It's philosophical. You know, like it's a bit like a Ghost in the Shell, but without going too much into spirituality or, you know, like spirituality type of thing. So, you know, like one of the premises is like, I don't know if you guys mind spoilers, but since I read the manga, I can tell you a bit what happens, but without giving you too much, right? When you watch the movie, you realize that they cut people up to send them up there, right? You have the brain, you have some pieces, right? That's in the OVA, that's in everything. And you know that on the planet, it's people that are like getting old. They all have like cyborgs and shit, like implants and stuff like that, and it's technically how the way to survive. When they get up there, they discover that, you know, everybody looks perfect, a lot of happy, pretty, right? Scientists, everything is like the perfect fucking world. Everybody gets along, but nobody has a brain in there. Everybody has a computer chip. They have to abandon their brains.
Mm-hmm.
So their brains are what? They're sort of encoded, or their consciousness is
downloaded into a
copied.
chip. Yeah, and then the brain is used for something else.
Interesting.
That's
So
what
then, of
So
course,
it raises the question of like, are you still human? Which one, you know, if your body isn't, but your mind is, and then if your body's fully human and perfect, but your mind isn't there anymore, you know, it's
yeah. Well,
Who says, yeah, if you're free or not to make your own decisions, or are you programmed to think you're making your own decisions and you're not?
mm-hmm.
well, robot stories in general are about the soul. Do we have one? What's the nature of a soul? Can a machine have a soul? Et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But the vast majority of robot stories are that I've found in my experience, and I'm a big science fiction fan, are about the soul. Blade Runner, for instance, Detroit Stream of Electric Sheep. That's a question that Philip K. Dick in particular was just obsessed with. You know, he's the one who came up with the idea. He said he didn't bring anything original to science fiction, that he didn't have an original idea except for one, and that was the machine that doesn't know it's a machine, the robot that doesn't know that it's a robot.
Mm-hmm. And that's what I like about like the Alita thing. It's the same thing that I really like about Ghost in the Shell. That's the entire premise behind Ghost in the Shell, is that the only thing that's left out of her is her brain in there, right?
Right.
So it's connected to synapses, and how much is that still me? You know?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. What is consciousness?
Yeah. And, you know, spoiler, but in the manga, you know, she gets downloaded into some another type of brain, and it's really freaking weird, and I love it.
Ghost in the Shell that happened to?
Yeah, in the manga.
Okay.
Like, yeah, but even in the anime, like the thing is, she gets transplanted into another body at the end.
I don't remember.
Well, she's sort of in Ghost of the Shell. She doesn't just get moved into another body, but it's a little bit like a Neuromancer, where you have two super intelligences, like two AIs that meld and become one.
Okay.
So it's like her brain that still has the thing, but integrated with that AI into that brain that becomes in a new body. It's
Yeah, I watched it again recently, and I remember seeing it for the first time and being very underwhelmed by it, and then watching it again, I think just last year, and being absolutely blown away, and thinking to myself, what was I thinking? Like, how did this not hit
Mm-hmm.
it then the way it hit me now? But
Right.
sometimes you're just not in a receptive mood.
Yeah. It depends for sure, man.
Yeah.
and what I'm showing right now. It's the rollerball. Some pieces of the rollerball, which is one of the best scene in the freaking movie.
Rollerball being their sport, I'm assuming, right?
Yeah, and it's one of the only way for somebody to succeed to go to the flying city.
Interesting.
The top winner,
The top winner goes there.
But check this out. It gets really violent pretty goddamn quick, Brian. Whoop.
Well, I love the original Rollerball. That's a movie I have a very interesting relationship with. Sometimes I think it's pretentious garbage, and then I'll watch it a year later, and I think it's absolutely brilliant. I vacillate with that one.
As you can see, the action is beautiful.
Yeah, this movie is just fucking gorgeous. The directing that they did too is just mind blowing.
The actor choices.
Oh yeah, you couldn't get a more perfect actress to play her.
And everybody was like, yeah, but they did the CGI eyes and everything. Dude, it fucking works. There's a purpose
I had
behind
no
it.
problem. I had no fucking problem with it.
Yeah, when I first saw the trailers, I was making fun of it all the time. But it's like, as you got to know more about it, it's like, okay, it actually kind of works.
Well, that's the thing, is she's supposed to be a robot. So the fact that she looks artificial is kind of the point, right?
But the thing is that if you see, there's a lot of cyborgs in there, right?
Right.
The thing that they explain in there that you learn a bit during the movie, screw the spoilers, been out for a while.
Yeah, no, we're good.
Is that she's actually from Mars? So she's like she's like us that went to be in a colonized Mars, right? And then there was a war between them and us. That was a long fucking time ago. Get it? Like 300 years ago.
Right.
So I don't want to spoil everything, but yeah. So
Yeah,
it fits. That's the reason why she's different. Get it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, her technology is more advanced.
Mm-hmm.
And that's even the body that she gets, the there's just so fucking much cool shit in this.
Yep.
I remember there being some kind of anger or outrage over this movie from SJWs. I don't know what specifically. I mean,
It was
I'll
toxic.
tell you what it
It was not
No.
according to Dirtmunk. Go ahead.
No. Because it was pinned against another fucking big movie. I think it was Wonder Woman or something.
No, it was
another.
It was Captain Marvel.
Captain Marvel.
Captain Marvel. That's right. My bad. Yeah, Captain Marvel. They wanted Captain Marvel to be their fucking hero when it should have been this character. That's how stupid they are. That's how fucking retarded they are. Because Captain Marvel was attached to the Marvel Universe.
Right.
This was some weird anime they knew nothing about. And
Exactly.
it was too gritty. Yeah, too gritty, and she's too violent. It's the pacification again of all that. But to me, this movie was fantastic. I know people who weren't really into anime or anything like that saw this movie and fucking fell in love with it. This was a smart move, and I really hope they make a sequel. It deserves it.
Me too.
Definitely.
And what I'm showing right now is what the manga actually looks like. This is the first cover. So it already gives you, just by one drawing, that's what I love about it.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it tells you everything.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yeah, that's really fucking cool.
And this is the art style.
Like I said, I've seen the images, but I had never picked up the books or anything.
Oh, dude, it's one of my favorite. I have the entire series, dude. And even if I'm not a full fan of what's happening in the last one, it's a bit weird, right? I'm still buying every one of them because I want the entire series because I loved it. I loved it so much, dude. The first series and what they did with the The Last Order, was
Uh-huh.
freaking amazing. It takes a weird twist with the in the Last Order where they start introducing different type of characters. You know, you technically have a type of vampire in there, a
Mhm.
space vampire, and this, and I liked it.
Speaking of vampires, I noticed that the new Blade is in the live action movie.
Really?
But yeah, that actor, the black dude, is going to be playing Blade.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, it's a Mahershala Ali.
Mm.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. He's a fucking great actor.
yeah, he is.
I love him in True Detective.
He's awesome in that. He was awesome in The Wire. He's just a really good actor.
Yeah.
I just don't know if he has martial arts skills. I've always wanted to see Michael Jai White as Blade because that guy could actually throw
Yeah.
down. You
He
know.
would be great. I mean, Black Dynamite was fantastic. That movie was funny.
Yep.
The martial arts were great in it too. Yeah, it was just so good.
Awesome.
So this is the cover of the #1 right now. If you go to Kodansha Comics, right? This
Mhm.
is where they republish the entire thing. So Rusty Angel is the first title,
Nice.
and everything. You know, you have the second one, third one, four. I think there's six
And
in all.
how many pages is like the first one?
Oh, hold on, let's find out. They don't say on it. Probably like in the. It's a big freaking book, dude. I have them here.
What, 200 pages?
Hmm?
Like almost 200 pages or so?
Oh, like 300 and up, like almost 400 pages.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Beefy.
Hell yeah.
Like you could that if you buy the deluxe edition, that's for sure. See what I mean? That's the Last Order.
Mm-hmm.
Those are this is the first series. Then
Mhm.
you have the Last Order, and then you have Mars Chronicles, which is the new one, and it's a story of her when she was young and her type of sister.
Oh, so it's a prequel.
Yeah, it's a prequel, so that's why I want it, and I'm gonna put up with it until I get the end of it.
Gotcha.
But it's really worth it. You can find them on Amazon or on this website here. But I really recommend that you buy the big deluxe box set. It's not that expensive, and
Mhm.
you get both ending and the extra story, which is very freaking cool.
That is awesome.
And his
So-
art is just sick. Yeah.
So Simon, you would recommend reading the manga before watching the film?
Actually, the order that you do doesn't matter, to be honest.
Okay.
And I'll be direct by it. Like, yeah, it doesn't matter if you watch the movie. Like, what they changed a few things in the movie from the manga, right?
Uh huh.
But what they did, it works as a movie. Get it? Like, it makes it work for the movie.
Right.
Because it wouldn't work if they would have respected it. It would have lasted way too freaking long. They would have, there's a story about how Hugo, technically, like, it's one thing that's not in a movie, right? But it's in the OVA, when he tells the story of how he has a different hand. Because he has a hand that's not his.
Okay.
It's his uncle's hand, and
Uh-huh.
his uncle was obsessed by trying to find any way to get to that floating island, even like a dirigible and stuff like that,
Uh huh.
until he died.
Oh,
So
sorry about that, fellas.
it's a weird story, but that's that was had to be cut out from the movie. But
Yeah.
I don't think like I think the movie would be faster for you to get a good taste of it than make you want to read the entire series. 'Cause
Right.
it is a big series to buy in one shot, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Like,
So that's you would consider the movie like the gateway drug.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, trust me, because Brian, as soon as you see it, you're gonna fucking want to know more about it.
yeah.
Yep.
All right.
I feel like the live action movie was like did a much better job like creating like a complete like a meteor story. I would say like there's a lot more to it. Like there's a lot more character development. You get to see like the relationship between Hugo and Alita a lot more in the movie than OVA.
Like one of the big changes was the fact that in the OVA you don't get to see the rollerball at all, right? And the reason is
Yeah.
because in the anime, she starts rollerball because Hugo died, because she wants to get up there,
Yeah.
right? In the movie, They made her start early to try and earn money to help him go up there. But it's just fucking perfect to make the movie go. It just
Right.
it's like you edit a whole big chunk, but it still works.
Yeah, it complemented the story. It
Yeah.
didn't take away from it. It still worked.
It was just like world building type of thing they cut out. But when you read the manga, you'll go like, oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
And the other part of Brian, I think you're gonna love is that she becomes like a bounty hunter.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
There's a group of bounty hunters, which is fucking cool.
The hunter killers. Is that one?
Yeah.
And so she's becomes a bounty hunter in order to get money to go up to the floating city.
Not her, but to help her friend, and yeah.
Gotcha. Interesting.
Is
So
it-
that also means that she's going to have to do some traveling to find her bounties, which I guess gives you a wider picture of the world that she inhabits.
Yep. But
Yes.
then and then it takes an entire twist, because then you realize that Mars did this, and then that's what I'm saying. Like, I hope they get to do the second one, because everything they did right now, it's a perfect setup to pretty much be able to tell you the best of it in 2-3 movies, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like they set up, like, right now they pretty much told you the entire half of the first book, right, of the first series. Now you just need a conclusion, but they were able to take from the second series and melt it with that one, make it like Beacon was saying, making everything meatier. Like, there's more story to it, even though they had to cut some not superflex, but like, you cut a bit in the environmental, like that the story I told you, but they were able to bring the Martian thing that was not in the original series, which makes everything just works better. The
Interesting.
fact of the new Hearn's body, the fact that she has a berserker body that only appeared in the second season, in the second series.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's the fine art of adaptation, is you want to preserve the spirit. It doesn't have to be exactly slavishly devoted to copying the original source material. But at the same time, you want to preserve the spirit and the original intent.
Yep.
Right, because you're not going page for page, shot for shot.
Right.
But, yeah, to keep the pacing of everything and to keep people's interest, and having that the overlapping segments out of the first and second book, yeah, it only makes sense.
And one of the reasons why the SJW really didn't like her is because she's everything that they don't like.
Yeah.
She's feminine, right? But
Mhm.
she's also fucking badass. So
Right.
And she doesn't have a character that just decided to switch, like, oh, now I'll be the teeny bop, and then now I'll be the ditzy one. Now I'm gonna be the really intelligent one. No, it's her, right?
Mhm.
And how she's learning who she is, and piece by piece she starts making more sense out of it. Who to trust, who to not trust, and she has that instant fighter mode. Like, it's by instinct. Like, you'll see her like all nice and innocent, and then after that something's gonna happen, and she's already in fighting mode. Like,
That's, yeah.
yeah,
That sounds great. Well, it's so important to have engaging characters. You look at something like Captain Marvel, for instance. That movie, I don't want to say it was an abortion, but boy,
I'll say it is. I'll
it-
say it was. It's the only Marvel movie I could not finish watching.
it's soulless, absolutely soulless. And Brie Larson is a charisma vacuum.
That's why I call her Captain Cardboard.
Yeah,
She has nothing whatsoever. Nothing pleasing about her. No chemistry with any of the other actors in the movie.
none.
Everything feels so forced, out of place. The story made no fucking sense. I bailed out as soon as there was that crash, I guess, where she gets her powers. I was like, I'm fucking out. Somebody in my family rented it during the holidays, like at Redbox for $1, and I think they should get their $1 back.
I managed to finish it, but I was also doing other shit like while it was on. So you know what I'm talking about? Like one of those movies you kind of like leave it on in the background while you're like vacuuming or like cleaning up or
Or
signing.
doing your taxes.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, and it was terrible. And to think that, wow, that's how they introduced the Skrulls to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Ugh, terrible.
But they didn't really even do anything with them. I mean,
Nothing.
well, I don't know about that shitty movie, but like, what if they had him in a post credit scene with the fucking Avengers movie? Wow, what did he do? Who gives a shit?
Yeah, well, I mean,
The Spider-Man thing too.
the only way that they could sell that piece of shit was by drilling it into people's heads. Like before you see Avengers Endgame, you must watch this, or you're going to be missing the story.
Not at all.
Not at all.
Not at all. Because I saw Avengers before I saw that lump of shit, and I wasn't lost. I was just lost as to why she even had a little bit of screen time because she was so irrelevant.
Oh God.
Yeah, like that little bit of screen time before she got punted out of the movie.
Yeah, that was my favorite part. I'll watch that for 2.5 hours rather than her own movie. Just Thanos fucking pushing her off out of the movie. Boom.
Well, there are rumors. I know we're getting off topic here, but there are rumors that she's a bitch on wheels and not easy to work with, and that now they realize what a mistake they've made, and that they're going to try to I don't know, maybe replace her in the next movie with like the Black Captain Marvel.
That'd be hilarious.
That would be.
And a big slap in her face because if she can't say anything, if she says anything, then it's the white girl with her white privilege.
Exactly. That's why I'm hoping that that's what they're going to do.
Yeah.
But
Either that or make her a Skrull, and then you could really change the actor completely. Doesn't matter what color, what race.
Right.
Well, you know what? They should just do a gender bender and give us the real Captain Marvel.
That would be wonderful.
Marvel.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, Marvel. Go ahead,
Do
Tom.
you remember that character was freaking iconic, and one of the biggest stories that was his death?
Oh yeah.
Of course. That graphic novel, yeah, The Death of Captain Marvel. Remember that?
Which was
very.
He was the only superhero that stayed dead.
Mm-hmm.
But they had to bring him back in another version.
Well, they brought him back in Civil War.
Yeah.
But they did it in a way where it wasn't him coming back from the dead. It was him before he died, kind of plucked out of time. And so that sort of worked, but at the same time, then they didn't really do anything with him.
No.
And then I think he turned out to be a Skrull anyway. That's how they fixed all the problems, all the screw ups that they made with all of their events. Was just like, oh well, like Tony Stark did a heel turn. Oh well, no, he was a Skrull.
Yeah, Captain America's not selling anymore. He's Hydra.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Instead of firing the creative team.
Well, that was more of an FU. That was more of an FU where the SJWs are like deliberately shitting on our heroes and our icons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And see that. Yeah, that's the other thing, right? That's why they didn't like Alita, because she's too much of a powerful character. And, she could have been a great icon for a lot of younger people. And who knows? Maybe she is.
And it's a great relationship between a girl and his adoptive father, because that's what it is.
Yeah, that is what it is.
Like the relationship that's between her and oh man, I have a blank. Odie or something like that. The doctor. Anyways.
Yeah.
Dude, it's awesome.
Yeah, it's really fucking good. And he's fantastic. It's the doctor is what's his face?
Christoph Waltz.
Yes.
From Inglourious Bastards. I mean, dude, was he 2-time Oscar winner?
Yeah.
What's so wrong with that?
He's a wonderful actor.
He was a great match for the character too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm really curious to see it. I really didn't it wasn't that much on my radar. Now, Simon, you're hoping for a sequel. Was it successful?
It was successful, but not as much as it should have. But enough that they said that if we make that much, we should be able to have a sequel, and they made as much. But the problem right now, it's
Did bought Fox.
Yeah.
and Disney thinks that she's too violent.
Yes.
That's
Uh,
box office was 404 million. Their budget was
oh my
100.
God.
Yeah, and their budget was 170 million.
Oh well, yeah. Then
And
they could.
well, then there's advertisement. So yeah, to them, that movie, if it was going to get a sequel, had to make $1 billion, I think, in their bullshit eyes. But we don't know what it did, like on Blu-ray sales and stuff like that, because again, that's another story. You have what's his face, James Cameron involved in this. You have Robert Rodriguez. I mean, you have some powerhouses that
Yeah.
know what the fuck they're doing.
Cameron Rodriguez was the two main ones.
You know, it's one of those movies where they develop new technology to fucking do it as well.
Because the thing is, Cameron's been trying to do that for a freaking long time, but couldn't. So he teamed up with Rodriguez, and I'm sorry, Rodriguez is freaking awesome.
Yeah, he knows what he's
Yeah, he
talking
is.
about. Yeah,
Did you ever read that book of his, Rebel Without a Crew?
Yep.
Right, where he like subjected himself to like medical experiments in order to get enough money to make El Mariachi.
Mm-hmm. And I even watched. Remember when you made a video about his how to be a producer?
No, I have never seen that.
There's even how to cook with him in his kitchen.
yeah, I know. Yeah, a lot of his movies he would do these little segments, which are
Yeah.
fucking.
Oh, those like bonuses, like little bonus features on like the
Yeah.
DVDs. That's cool.
And he had it. He had a DVD where you could get all of those things plus the how to be a producer, and it's really short. And he goes, how to be one. Yeah, you decide you want to be one. Yeah, you're one.
That's
You
what
just get to it. Get yourself a camera and get filming.
Yeah,
waiting
yeah.
for?
That's what he said about being a filmmaker. He's like, get a camera and congratulations, you're a filmmaker.
Yeah.
Does it mean? Yeah. And that's the spirit, you know. There's so many people I know that want to get into the arts in some way. They want to become musicians. They want to become comic book artists or writers, or they want to write a novel. They want to do this. They want to do that. And it's the fear of failure that always stops them.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, and you can't be afraid to fail, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I see that too often in so many different fields, and yeah, it's aggravating.
It's sad.
Yeah,
Yep.
put the work in. You know, don't question especially when you see people who have real talent too, and they fucking throw in the towel, or because I don't think I'm afraid it's not gonna happen. Why? Just do it,
I don't know if people are gonna like it.
right?
you
Or
never
if they,
know. You never know.
Wait,
never
or the
know.
other thing, if they try and then they fail and then they give up, that's the fucking worst. It's like,
That's the worst.
yeah, because it's not. A lot of times when people fail, it's not necessarily because of them. It just could have been wrong timing. Not enough people got eyes on whatever you were doing.
It's like
You
people
know,
are saying, there's no winner that wins one shot. Okay, anybody that ever succeeded at anything has failed more times than succeeded.
yeah.
Mhm.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I had 2 failed campaigns before I had 2 successful ones.
Mm-hmm.
You know, hey, Through the Woods, fucking, it pretty much failed in the beginning. Well, because my price was, the goal was all fucked up. But
So talking
Right.
about Through the Woods, it's on screen. Plug it.
Oh, I still
It's,
haven't read my copy yet.
oh, yeah, it's a ghost story. It's, 3 issues collected into one book. This is hardcover European format, so it's more oversized than the traditional American comics. This one is a beautiful story, man. It's a little on the darker side. There's a tragedy that happens on a loggers camp about like 100 years in the past, and in the present day, there's Laura Langley. She's she's an investigative reporter who inherits this property, and she ends up finding out about what happened. She kind of mistakenly reawakens a restless spirit, and that's kind of like where the story goes, where it starts. But yeah, you see the back and forth. You see what had happened, the tragedies, and and then how it gets all resolved. This is a complete story. So the people have been getting it. They're absolutely blown away. There's even been people who had written me, and they said by the time they finished it, they were in tears.
Oh, that's beautiful.
because of the story and what had happened. Yeah, and I was really shocked by that too. So I'm like, all right, then we definitely did our job.
Absolutely. That's like one of the
Back
highest compliments that you
through
could
the
possibly get,
woods.
that you've actually moved people physically.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a good bully, I want to make people cry with my stories. That's one of my goals.
Well, it was that yeah, there was definitely an
Oh.
emotional twist in there for sure. But yeah, no, again, I think anyone will enjoy it. There is a bit of violence in this for sure. There's a great fight scene in this book towards the end that yeah, I was really proud fucking working on it. And, yeah, it has all the elements it needs. Ghost story, a little bit of horror elements in there, and obviously some cheesecake.
Like I'm showing right now on repeat.
Oh. Oh my God, Boner King, you are like $8 from 36 grand. What a triumph, brother! Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, I just sold an original piece. I did a separate piece because normally for the tiers I'll do a drawing on the inside of the hardcover book, but I wanted to do something a little bit different, a little bit more detailed. Because my drawings are very tight and I put a ton of work into them. But for this one, I went even further. So I was going to sell it like as like a deluxe sketch. 30 seconds after it went up on the campaign, it sold.
Damn.
Nice.
I was like, holy shit.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I was very happy about that. So, yeah, I might be doing some more of those if I could squeeze out some more time.
Seriously, brother. Although you need a vacation too.
Tell me about it. Jesus Christ! Every night I'm going to bed way too late.
Yeah, you both, brother.
Yeah, I'm.
So before we move to somebody else, can you plug my favorite book?
City of Venus.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
This is not Alita Battle Angel, but this is my post-apocalyptic kind of sci-fi story. There's gonna be a lot of action in this one. Things are story-wise a little mysterious, but you do see that the entire this whole city that's why it's called Dead City. It's void of all power. It's pretty much all destroyed, and the only city that's actually has power and a whole lot of other things is the floating city in the sky. But the people who inhabit it, they are like the elite, the top minds, scientists, people of that caliber, and they're basically trying to prolong their own lives. But it's the whole thing for me was like a society thing of like rich and poor, of how they eventually, like the extreme of it, like the powers that be, that they rule the world and all that. What if it went to the extreme? What if they could they pretty much separated themselves from everyone else?
Yep.
How would the world turn out? And yeah, this world is all pretty fucked up because of it. But yeah, so if they do find survivors, they experiment on them because they're not gonna do it on themselves.
Right.
They are yeah, when their egos and power tripping and all that, they don't want to jeopardize their own longevity. Like if they fuck up, they don't want to die, so they're going to do it on other people. But essentially, yeah, in this story, they toss the rejects back down, and that's why you kind of see these creatures that look sort of like zombies. They're not. There are going to be different types of them. In book one, you only see one version of them, but there are going to be multiple different ones. Yeah, no, I have a lot of good surprises coming up in issue 2. And issue 2 is going to be a bigger book. It's going to be between 40 and 50 pages. So
Yay!
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I put a lot. There's a lot of threads in this book. So as you're reading it, you're going to see characters that maybe only for a panel or two, story elements that you're like, oh wait, where's that going? Or you're going to see it. I pull on every one of those strings. So you're going to see what happens. But yeah, the main character. She doesn't know this world. She doesn't recognize it. We start off the story with her like on a rooftop, not knowing how she got there, but she runs into one of the scavengers who because there's a group of them that are still alive, but they're they were hiding. They were staying away from the surface. They only come out here and there because there are like little, almost like a video game. People even made reference to that, where there are like little, like almost gift packages that are put in certain locations. Like they don't know if it's to lure them out. They don't know if it's someone who's actually trying to help. They don't know what the full story is yet, but that's how they kind of come to the surface for certain things that they need because again, when there's no power, there's no nothing. You're going to need supplies. You're going to need different things. You're going to need some kind of help. So, but yeah, like I said, I'm trying not to give too much away, but there's a lot of other things at play. And issue 2, you're going to see a little more of the main character's backstory. There is a huge, like I have a huge cliffhanger in this book, but for the sequel, the opener is going to be almost like a fucking huge cliffhanger.
That sounds great.
Nice.
Simon,
Yeah, I got a couple of things planned for this.
Simon, can you put me on camera? Or blow my camera up? Blow my image up?
There you go.
There it is. Ta-da! Excellent book. Check out that beautiful interior art. The only problem I had with this, and
you're gonna have to show it again. I forgot one thing.
okay,
OBS. There you go.
okay, dig it. Beautiful, right?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I did the entire thing on this. Every word, every piece of line word, the coloring, you name it. I put the whole book together.
The only problem I had with it is that there wasn't more of it.
Mm-hmm. Thanks,
I
man.
know, right? I keep telling him.
Yeah.
I keep going in this chat always. Where's my goddamn sequel?
I'm
He's
like,
telling me, oh, but I'm doing
That's
the
it?
pirate book first. I'm like, damn it.
Yeah, because the pirate book, I'm deep into it already. It's I have more than half the book is done. So
You know, I'm just joking.
no, believe me, I know. I've been hearing it from all my backers.
that's the exact complaint you want to hear.
Right.
Yep.
Well, I see that, and that's the thing too. Like Through the Woods, that wasn't a campaign I was going to run. I did it because a lot of people they were still getting City of Venus, and they looked at my other campaigns and they went, "What's Through the Woods? This looks amazing. How do I get a copy?" So I figured I'll just run a campaign on it, and I'll do like a collected edition. But
and you sold out of the floppies, right?
yeah, because I still had a couple of sets left. Those went on the first night. Like within the first hour, I think I sold all the floppies. Yeah, so like it was going to just be a soft cover book, Through the Woods, and people just kept buying it. So I said, all right, I'll do something really cool, right? With the stretch goal, I kind of crunched the numbers. I said, I think I could do hardcover. So yeah, that happened. And like I said, I'm only now seeing some profit on it. But yeah, I was gambling, took a little bit of a hit in the beginning because I wanted to do something special for the fans, and that's what I'm all about going into this to begin with.
Hell yeah, Boner King.
So,
Thanks, man.
while we're at it, Brian,
Yes.
look what's on the screen.
Okay, hold on a sec. Let me just grab
There's a
another
big
set of
airy
these.
ape on my screen
All right, let me see.
with 6 guns.
With 6 guns? Why does he have 6 guns?
I don't know. You tell me.
Yeah, a lot of people. Oh man, let me tell you, it's been difficult trying to pimp this thing too because like especially in the chats, like people will try to post the link and they can't because of the word gun. Evidently, it's like a dirty word or something like that. So they have to put like an asterisk or something where the U is.
Yeah, you could
But
call
yeah.
it 6 gum gorilla.
There you go. Yeah, very, very close to 15K. Absolutely thrilled with how this campaign has gone. God bless my backers. They have, enabled me to do this book, and I'm going to be able to do the next issue, which is going to be by Preston Acevedo. He's doing a painted cover, a canvas cover that's going to blow people's minds. And yeah, it's everybody seems to love this book, and I don't say that to boast. I say that out of just absolute gratitude. But some people are going to vibe with it. I didn't think that everyone was going to sort of vibe with it. But you can get the I'm selling the trade paperback. You can get 148 pages of beautiful full color art and story for $35. You can also get the latest issue, number 7, The Big Gun Down. And let me tell you, this issue lives up to its title. There's a very heavy body count in this one. It's a climax of sorts. And at the end of issue 6, the good guys sort of got a bloody nose from the bad guys. And this is the issue where they come back and hit the bad guys where it hurts. And you can get that it's 24 pages. You can get that for you can get that for $15, or if you buy both together, the full 6-gun Gorilla Saga, as it were, I knock $5 off the price. So, yeah, it's
awesome. Yeah, no, this is a beautiful book. I own it. Yeah, Brian is.
I'm waiting
oh,
for
thanks,
mine.
brother.
Yeah, dude, I am so.
I hear
happy.
you, Simon.
I'm so happy to see you're still doing great with it. You're
Oh,
very
thanks, man.
15K. That is fucking fantastic.
Yep.
Thanks, man.
CG is winning.
CG is winning big time, and I thank the bankers, thank the backers, but I also have to thank you guys, because I couldn't have done it without you. I couldn't have done it without all my CG peeps. You've just been it has been a glorious blessing just being hanging out with you guys and learning from you guys and getting your encouragement and support. It means the world to me.
Hell yeah, man. Lots of love, brother.
So, 7 Legions. Whose book is
All right. So that would be mine. So,
Oh, yeah.
7 Legions. It's Star Wars meets Skyrim and an Akira Kurosawa film with a little bit of Rocketeer mixed in there. So Azrael served the 7 Legions, a galactic peacekeeping force, for over 2,000 years, until he discovered a plot to destroy them from within. But before he could warn the others, he vanished, leaving only his memories behind in the mind of Hiko, an orphan growing up in Japan's chaotic Civil War era. And now Hiko must choose between fighting the war that threatens the clan that took him in, or fighting the war to save the galaxy itself. So it's going to be an awesome series. It got several great deals there. International backers, you can get the international. You get 2 copies of the book. Shipping is included in that price. So yeah, save on shipping. Get double everything. At print tier, you're now getting 4 prints. With the newest one by Narwhal, I just ordered those prints. They are on their way. So yeah, you get 4 pack of trading cards, a button pen, bookmark drawn by Sim, colored by me, and yeah, a lot of good deals there. It's going to be a great series.
And right now standing at $5,739.
Oh yeah, and if we get to 6,000, you'll get some dog tags along with everything else.
Sweet. We need to get those numbers up, though, man. I'm just checking. Yeah. I'm just checking now to make sure that I've backed it.
Oh, I know.
Okay.
I did. I got the international tier.
Yeah,
I'm getting double everything.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, print tier is definitely the best deal. 4 prints, 2 books, 4 pack of trading cards, button pen, and cool bookmark. So yeah, that's yeah.
So
yeah, because I always have to check to make sure that I've backed books because of that damn follow button. That follow button is the worst because it makes you think you've backed books when you actually haven't sometimes. Mm-hmm. Like I was mortified when I didn't get my copy of Through the Woods. And
I've started keeping a spreadsheet now of all the books that I backed, and just sort of like, just keeping track of which one's fulfilled, so I know who to poke.
Yeah.
But
that's smart.
It is.
So I probably have one book that you haven't backed yet, Brian.
Yeah.
Right here, and one of them that's really, really, really related to the subject too.
Oh, yes.
More Lethal by Aaron. And Canales.
Ooh.
So you get a 20-page comic for $5.
Oh.
Pitch it, Aaron.
Yeah, so More Lethal is a cyberpunk comic book drawn by Canales with Joe Ball. And it's about a synthetic swordswoman who has to fight her way through cyber ninjas to rescue her kidnapped master. And it's just a crazy action comic with like lots of violence and stuff. I don't know.
I mean,
It's just
one of the things that I like from it
crazy shit.
that he forgets to add often to it. It's the fact that she's like a video game. So
Yeah,
the more
she
she fights, she levels up.
yeah, the more she fights and kills, the more she levels up her abilities, sort of like a video game character, and
Hmm.
she can unlock perks to make herself faster, or to make her have like multiple kill abilities.
And you know
Oh, that's beautiful.
and she's an actual android, right?
Yeah, she's a synthetic person. She nothing on her is actually human, but she has human emotions, and she can feel
Hmm.
pain.
She's sentient, but she's an android. Like she has robotic
Yeah,
parts, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
You had me at Cyber Ninjas.
Right.
Yeah.
Cool.
And for $5,
Yeah,
and you know, it's really cheap on the shipping,
you
and you know,
get
you get 2 for 10.
Ooh.
yeah, the shipping is $5 in the US and it's $10 worldwide. So
It's nice.
and the book itself is only $5. Every issue comes with this card right here by Carla Tornielli.
Oh,
This is
lovely.
this is the main character, Blade Girl Akani.
That is awesome.
Hail Carla.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she did
Carla's
awesome. This is the print by Brandon Diaz from Magic Cop, and this right now we have it set to unlock if we make $3,000. We're gonna make we're gonna beef up the
The stretch goals.
stretch goals on this to make the stretch goals worth more.
And to build to add pages to the book, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Nice. The art's beautiful by Canales. Is, you know, you expect good art.
Yeah, there's if you scroll down, you can see Joe Ball's 2-page spread.
Joe Ball's excellent.
So
Oh, yeah.
we're gonna be adding a tier for a more expensive version of the book that has a wraparound cover. With this artwork is going to be a wraparound cover, and Michael Beacon is going to be
Yep.
coloring it.
Gorgeous. That is
So, yeah.
beautiful.
And I think it's a crime that it's only 1,465.
Well, I'd never heard of it before. You need to
I
get
know.
out there. You need to start doing the rounds, brother.
I've been
Yeah, I
promoting
don't
it every
promote.
fucking day.
I promote it on Adam's channel, and that's about it.
Oh man, you got to go on the Grade Point 5.
I
Yeah.
know.
You got to go you know, Drew. I'm sure would have you on. Vinny, hook a brother up.
Yeah, yeah. But I've had you on a couple of times, haven't I? Previous projects, yeah.
No.
You said you were gonna have me on for this, and then you just ghosted me.
I'm not doing it on purpose.
Ooh,
Trust
Vinny
me.
got called out.
How could you, Boner King? How could you?
Okay, goodbye.
For people that don't know, this is Aaron's sense of humor, by the way.
Oh God! Reach out and fuck with someone.
That's what we
No,
do.
but
We're all friends.
We're doing pretty good on this. Like, I've got 114 backers, and I
Nice.
think 40 of them are 2-packs. So I've sold over 150 copies, which I sold less than 100 physical copies on Cybershock.
And Chris
That was after it was in demand.
and Chris
We
Evans
still
bought
have
50
16
copies
days
of them.
left. Yeah.
Hey, it still counts.
Yeah, and you know, if people don't remember who Aaron is the guy behind Cybershock, the book I colored, and he also wants me to plug this new shirt that he has by the Zay.
Yeah, I figured since we're on CG Manga, I'd show the shirt. This shirt is on the Zaid Workshop Etsy site for sale, and this is Cybershock shirt, but it's an Akira homage. If you guys see
Yes.
the cover to Akira looks pretty much just like this, except it has the Akira bike and it has their logo and everything.
You know,
Yeah, yeah.
it's
But
always
like, so we
it's
did our own homage to it.
buddies.
Right.
It's always fun to hear you guys speak French.
My French is horrendous. Horrendous. It's better than some people's, but it's not as good as my Italian or my German or my Spanish or not that I speak all those languages, but I'm pretty good at my pronunciation's okay, but my French not so much.
So yeah, well, practice makes perfect, dude.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So go
I
back more
sp-
lethal now.
Yeah.
I,
It's a good
I
price.
speak
I will when
speak-
I'm not.
I speak good French. Parlez-vous français?
Yeah. Yeah. No, I will definitely back this once I'm no longer a broke ass bitch in a couple of days. So.
And me, I'll just say go sub to that one here. There's some adverts. Go 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 go.
Go, go,
Yes.
go, go. Really looking forward to that one.
Oops, spoilers.
So many good books. Too much Too much talent.
Hell
Too much-
yeah.
Yeah, but this is what CG is, dude.
Amen.
You know-
Amen, brother.
They're like, oh, there's no more talent in the well. No, you keep shitting on everybody. Now the well is at CG.
Mhm.
It's just that they get all their artists, like I say, they get all their artists from Tumblr and they get all their art writers from Twitter. So
And you got people like Vinny, Joe Ball, me, and all those other great guys. Like right now, they're not all coming to my head, like Rob Willis and
Preston, Exit Only,
Yeah.
Acevedo.
Yeah.
insert
DJ
your name
Mordred.
under under here, please. And
Yeah.
Right. And like you said, though, isn't it funny? Those shitty asswipes from the mainstream. That's what they said. There's the well is dry. I think Matt Hawkins was one of the ones who said that shit too. Dude, these people are just disgusting. Is what they are.
They're horrible. They're horrible. They're the kind of people that need to blow out other people's light to make their own burn brighter, I guess.
And it's the type of people that go to people like me and Vinny and Joe Ball and other and going, oh, we don't need no more poster boys. You're too much like an image guy. We don't want this. All type of fucking stupid excuses all the fucking time.
Yeah.
And
They want to keep very talented people down because they don't want them to build up. They don't want them to have their own fan base or whatever because it'll just form another image in their eyes. That's why Marvel does what they do as well. Everyone has
Yeah.
to draw the same way. They go to third world countries to find their artists.
Yeah.
For dirt cheap.
Yeah.
They don't want rock stars.
And they're
No.
their friends and they're this and if they have to be at the Adam Kubert school, not Adam Kubert but Joe Kubert school. It's
But
fucking
again,
stupid.
Yeah, I know a lot of people who went there as well, and it's sad to see them just wasting money because their opportunities really aren't anything either. They say it, but they don't fucking mean it. That's how this industry has always been. So I've been self-taught. I call out fucking scumbags for what they are. But when it comes to my fellow creators, other independent artists, I'm happy to support them all the time. I'm happy to talk about their fucking projects.
Yep.
Show me you're passionate about something.
Yes.
All these other people, man, they're disgusting. And you see what they're doing to the industry right now.
It's like
Mhm.
you see the passion for the art. You see the passion for the storytelling. And another good way of seeing is you see us that were like eating comics, working like crazy fucking hours on books, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we still can't freaking stop talking about anime, movies, everything.
Yeah. It's that word. It's that word. Passion.
Mm-hmm.
These are passion projects. The people who are doing mainstream work, they're just phoning it in.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Mhm.
terrible. It's an insult to your readers. It's like, how can you put shit like that out when you don't put any of yourself into it?
And you know why, right? Because they're trying to keep that steady income coming. It has to be every month, no matter what. Excuse me. If your stories have no substance in them whatsoever, they're just these fucking shitty filler issues. They're either the filler issues or they're gigantic events that happen every 6 issues. Nobody cares.
Hey,
Nobody fucking cares.
did you ever
Yeah.
notice that the stand-in, standee characters that always like change every year? And people
Hmm.
are like, oh, it's because they try to keep the characters people don't forget it. No, they don't want people to forget that they own the copyrights.
Right.
Yeah, of course.
That's all it is. It's the way of keeping their copyrights.
It's fucking
Yeah.
pathetic. Fucking pathetic.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
of course, they, so when they see people like us, they have to call us names, N to the A to the Z to the I's, and all other kinds of vile crap because, well, we've gone around the gatekeepers, and the gatekeepers don't appreciate that, do they?
Yeah, we're
Nope.
Nazis, we're sexist, misogynist, but we all geek out watching fucking Alita kick ass.
Exactly. But at least for Nazis, we're very inclusive. We're like the new progressive Nazi party. We've got black Nazis, we've got gay
You gotta
Nazis.
stop saying that word. We're doing so good, and we haven't been pulled yet. So
Oh, okay, sorry. N to the A to the Z to the I's.
Yeah, it's funny. Someone's been trying to dox my real name recently. They've been like going along comment sections on interviews I've done.
Yeah.
They said he uses hate groups to promote, and that just got me thinking. How stupid of an idea would it be to like go to like the KKK, like, hey, would you promote my book? It's like, well, this is Bubba Clam from the Clan Review. This got some pretty art, and I'm sure if I could read, I would find this story riveting.
right. Holy
It's
shit.
like it's like I come from a family with biracial adopted siblings. I'm not a racist.
Unbelievable,
That's
man.
it. It's all they've got. It's all they
Yeah.
got.
You should dox your own name. Tell them that you're George Michael Bluth.
I've already come out with my real name. It's
Oh.
on a tweet.
I was gonna say, like, for Arrested Development, because that's what they all are.
Yeah.
Oh,
Chris is like, your real name isn't Michael Beacon? Yes.
Yeah, but it
Stim
does come
keeps
from my real
doxing
name.
my name every stream.
Yeah.
well, I mean, I dox myself like from the get-go, but I understand also that not everybody has that luxury, which
Yeah.
is what it is. So I understand why people don't want to dox themselves, and you have to respect that.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, all it really did to me is that I got to promote my brother's book directly as my brother because he doesn't use a pen name, but I did. So he's got a book called Mediocre Saviors. It's on Amazon right now. It's Inglorious Bastards meets Game of Thrones. Sounds like it's pretty good so far. But
Excellent.
Nice, man.
So now we're hitting the hour. We're past the hour, so we're gonna do our little closeout. So while we do this, we're gonna start by the end of the line there, Mr. Vinny Tartamella, the Boner King himself. Where can we all find you?
On Twitter, I'm Vinny Art. I'm also on Instagram, same name. My YouTube channel is Vinny Art. Go check that out. We're doing interviews there. I'm doing some like master classes here and there whenever I can find time. I did 2 of them so far on how to draw these sexy bootay, and then on shoulders, arms, and some upper torso. So I try to help out people as well. Like I said, I'm very busy, but still trying to do my best to help the community out as well.
Yep.
Hail, Finny. Hail.
Yeah.
Always paying forward.
oh,
Yep. Always.
And we got the Mighty Beacon.
yeah. All right. Yeah, you can find me on Twitter at 7 Legions Beacon. That's the number 7. And on YouTube at Michael Beacon. I don't do very many videos lately, but when I start doing videos again, that's where you'll find me. You can go to 7legions.com to learn more about the 7 Legions lore. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
And the always elusive Aaron.
You can find me in a cave in Michigan, and I'm mostly on Twitter at Aaron Calamari. I'm also on Facebook, Aaron Calamari. Yeah, I'm awesome. So follow me.
Word up. Word up.
And Brian.
You can find me at Brian Christgau, capital B, capital C. Christgau is spelled Christ, Christ as in Christmas, GAU. And I'm also on the Facebook as well. So you can, I'm easy to hunt down.
And me, don't
And I'll,
forget. Go. Go, go, go.
no, I was going to say, and of course, always down here in the laboratory, working away, making dope ass comics.
Beautiful.
Don't,
Hell yeah.
don't forget to like, sub, and share. And you can also find me on Twitter, Facebook under Simon Sympathy. So it was a pleasure. See you all next
Or
weekend.
Sim will just find you.
Give me my vampire book.
It's coming. It's coming.
I want my sketch cards.